No, it's self-cleaning.
Vaginas are self-cleaning.
Yeah.
They
Well,
are. Well, think about this. Barbarians probably definitely weren't getting circumcised.
Hell
so they
yeah.
had foreskin, which was probably jammed full of smegma.
Yeah, they probably barbarians jerk off all the time. If you're a barbarian, you come a lot.
Probably jerk off with the smegma.
Hey, the microphone is on. Welcome to the show. Remember, the Jason L Show is also on Patreon. We used to be, could you believe it, podcast world, that we did a show for like 3 to 4 hours, 5 days a week. And this is live every day. And now we do this podcast. Podcasters, you're so weak. You really, I mean that in a nice way. Because I don't really think you're like a weak person. I just feel like it's piss easy. Just one show. One. So we're too gnarly for that. We do other shows. And podcasting can't handle how many shows we do. So if you want more Jason L Show, which arguably you might not, but some of you would, and you can get more, patreon.com/Ellis, mate. We do 2 live shows on there every week.
That are twice the length of this one.
They are. They're way longer, too. And then also I do 2 solo shows by myself with Katie, which is not a solo show, I just realized. But yeah, we do that. And that's like another 2 hours a week. So it's a lot.
You guys are like the white stripes of podcasting.
That's exactly what they say. Yeah. Oh, man. That hurt. I don't know why. They're pretty cool. But fuck that. Yeah. So we do that. There's a lot of content if you care to, get all that stuff.
We're not sprinters. That's the podcast game. We're long distance runners.
Oh, we do sprint. We do both.
Yes.
We're triathletes.
We're versatile.
That wasn't the same. That's not the right word. We're like Bo Jackson.
Yes. We're the Jackie Joyner Kersey.
I didn't say that right, did I?
Bo, neither did I.
We both made up athletes that didn't do it.
Flo Joe
exist.
Jackson.
Yes. Flo Joe McGillicuddy. One of the greatest rowboaters in the world.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah. That's a way better name. He should change it, man, and come back out of retirement for an Usain Bolt. I would be so much more into that. I would buy the shit out of that t-shirt.
What are his kids' names? Like Laser Fist? And
is it really?
Something like that.
It sucks when you get good at stuff. You have to name your kid Laser Fist. Because Laser Fist is not going to be that quick.
Right? That kid's going to be a dork.
His wife's like not fast. His mum's not that fast. And he's half his mum.
Are we sure his last name legally is Bolt?
That's a
Was
good
he
argument.
born Usain Bolt?
Good. That's fair. Yeah, you just made me realize. Yeah.
His name is Usain St. Leo Bolt.
It really is Bolt.
That's insane.
Which probably explains why one of his children is named St. Leo Bolt, but does not explain why his other children are named, respectively, Olympia Lightning Bolt and, yes, Thunderbolt.
That's badass.
Thunderbolt's cool.
He's not going to be quick, though.
Then he could just get into porn.
He's going to be quick to get into, like, heroin.
Thunderbolt?
Yeah, Thunderbolt's going to be known as one of the sickest drug dealers in his town.
That would be ironic. Like,
what are the chances of Thunderbolt being a runner? Do you really think so?
I mean, it kind of happens when you're the child of somebody who's that well known. Yeah. A lot of times they tend to fall into the same profession or at least avoid dealing heroin.
Yeah, but it's usually just one that rules. So it's kind of like Tyson Fury's dad boxed, but Tyson Fury's dad was never the heavyweight champion in the world. And then you got all Tyson Fury's brothers. They suck.
So who do you have your money on? Thunderbolt or Olympia Dukakis Bolt? Who's going to be the star child?
For the other one, the Saint guy. Whatever has
Saint Germain Bolt?
Yeah. Because it's his dad's middle name, right?
Saint Leo Bolt. Yeah.
Leo Bolt. Leo Bolt has a chance. Not much of one, but he has one more. He has more than Thunder. Thunder's fucked.
Thunder fucked.
How's he going to live up to that? Thunder. Bolt. Your dad's the fastest man in the world ever.
It's a lot.
What's up with people winning races and fucking doing photos and shit? You see that?
What?
Some guy smoked another guy the other day that's like the fastest guy in the world. Another guy smoked him, and as he smoked him at the finish line, he fucking pointed at him and went, "Hey!" It's like
they're like touchdown dancing now.
You know, when you take a photo of the finish line?
Yeah. Oh, so he got
this dude's pointing at the guy as he passed him, like, sick burn.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're treating it kind of like Splash Mountain.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Remember Usain Bolt did that?
Yeah, right.
Like he does a pose at the end. I feel like when you're super fast, you do a pose at the end.
Oh, if you can floss it, because that's what I was thinking of Splash Mountain. You know, when you go on the roller coaster and they have the photo.
Yeah.
So some people have the presence of mind and composure to do something cool in the photo.
I get on my phone or something.
This is the exact same thing. Yeah. What could be better than destroying this person, being able to do it so easily that you can pose for the photo in real time?
It's quite a skill.
I get it.
It's kind of cool.
To be running that fast and to be like, boom, you're a fucking smoked you.
Well, I'm not saying
great video.
I'm not saying that running competitively is like deeply uncool, but it's not the coolest, most stylish sport. It's bringing a little bit of zazz and sparkle to the event.
Well, ever since the fast guys and girls have won, they've been super cocky and flashy.
Yes.
The people that don't win, it's not a very glamorous lifestyle.
They all seem German.
But Flojo's and all those motherfuckers that win, they're rock stars.
Remember Flojo's
Fuck
nails?
yeah, dude. She was decked out. Necklaces and shit, breaking records with gold chains on. They all the fast ones have like a little bit of jewelry on.
You don't know what we're talking about? You do not want to get finger butt fucked by Flojo.
No. Did she have like a Guinness World Record, like long curly nails?
She wasn't like a hermit with OCD. They were press.
No, they were brand new, just real long. and
she raced in the Olympics with tissue boxes on her shoes.
Yeah. Nails.
She only came out once every 4 years, and yet somehow smoked the field.
Yeah, pieces of nail flying everywhere.
Here, hold my boogers.
If you're behind her, you get hit in the head with toe jam. It's fucking terrible. Yeah, no. But yeah, if you get real fast, you become rock and roll.
Bam.
Carl Lewis.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there she is.
When Carl Lewis was winning, he had chains on.
Yeah, and he also sang the national anthem really poorly.
Yeah, he's not a good singer.
No, he's a bit of an American hero.
Yeah, he fucked that up. That was a bad idea.
That was a terrible idea.
But do we know him? I mean, you just proved it. You said that he sings bad. Do we know him as a bad singer, or do we know him as Carl Lewis, the fastest man in the world, except for Usain Bolt?
I would say the average American thinks of him, number one, as the fastest guy who made America proud. The average American doesn't know about the bad singing, but I would also say the average Joe Six-Pack Joe Lunch Pail is like, that guy's a little fruity too.
Yeah.
That would probably be number two.
Is he gay? Did we figure that out? Did he come out?
If Carl Lewis is
because my
straight man,
gaydar was going off on that guy.
Yeah, I think everyone's was.
But that doesn't mean he's gay. A lot of rollerbladers aren't gay. They look pretty fucking gay to me.
Man, my fucking Instagram will not stop showing me rollerbladers.
Are you clicking on it?
No.
Yeah, I don't. You got to swipe quickly so the phone knows you hate it.
Carl Lewis and his wife Maria have a son.
And his name is Gay Lewis.
Gay buttfucker Lewis.
Gay butt fucking Felchin Lewis. And his other kid, Felcher.
That might be the most surprising. I'll take him at his word.
Yeah.
I've never seen inside the heart of Carl Lewis.
Is he a Christian?
I don't know about that. He's a vegan.
Ah. Yeah, you got to be a vegan if you want to be fit and you're older.
But he might be the most gaydar blaring heterosexual in our culture. Got to be. Has to be.
That isn't gay, you mean?
Yeah, if I take him at his word.
Because Boy George, he looked real gay. But he was gay.
But he's out now. Right. Of people who to this day maintain, like, compare Carl Lewis to John Travolta.
Mm-hmm.
I would be way less surprised to find out. I know what you guys think, but Travolta straight as an arrow than Carl Lewis.
Yeah, agreed.
I can't think of anybody who competes with him.
Yeah, because unless they're gay, that doesn't count.
Right, that immediately
I'm coming up with a bunch of names, and then I realize that they're totally gay, and I'm like, fuck, that doesn't count.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who used to say that they weren't for reasons that I can completely
understand.
It's
bad to be gay, man. Gotta watch out, especially if you're like a rock star or something.
To be an Olympic hero is to be like an All-American, good for the kids, Wheatie boxes.
All Americans aren't gay.
I think they are now. I really do think that they can be now, but not in the 80s and early 90s. No.
I like that it all worked out for Rob Halford.
Did it?
Yeah.
He says he doesn't get hit on very much. I remember reading an interview.
Well, he's a hideous man. But
is he?
I don't feel like
his age.
Judas Priest's fan base dropped off at all.
Agree. Yeah, I wonder what it was like when he first came out, and then everybody realized they were all in the pit in leather with assless chaps, and they were like, "Wait
a second, I'm
just
gay?
Make me gay?" Yeah, because he did. I mean, you didn't suck a dick, but goddamn, dude, if you went to another place, you were dressed for the part. Like if he went to,
Eagle.
Yeah, if you went to the Eagle after a Judas Priest concert, and the Eagle is a bar where there's dudes dancing on poles in the pub. It's very gay. It smells like pheromones, and there's a neon sign of a dick shooting a load across the room.
That's also a pretty gay thing.
Yeah. It's the gayest place on earth. But you could go from Judas Priest straight into there, and everyone would be like, "Can I get you a drink?" Yeah, you make perfect sense.
I mean, that era had a lot of very gay-looking things.
Judas Priest fans don't leather up anymore?
I mean, I don't know.
How many guys were wearing the hat to their shows anyway?
Mm-hmm.
How many Judas Priest fans could afford the hat?
But who was going to Manowar concerts dressed like Manowar?
Who's Manowar?
Can we see the classic Manowar?
Do you remember what's his face?
I don't believe so.
Ooh, but you wouldn't be surprised.
I just don't know. I don't even know a song by them. They were one of those names that I knew from the early 80s. And then once the internet became a thing, everyone started sharing this picture of early Manowar.
What about Paul Stanley?
They all look like, what's his face from Zardoz.
And he's just not gay, according to us. Is he married?
Is it this photo?
Wow.
See, there was just such a fine line in 1980.
But the fans didn't go to the concert like that, did they?
I don't think so.
No.
Right.
There was such a fine line between Conan and gay.
Well,
and then like Poison and Motley Crue all dressed like women and look very feminine.
It's weird Conan didn't butt fuck any guys.
You sure we didn't?
Well, they didn't show it.
Yeah.
But it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Butt fuck James Earl Jones as he's turning into a snake.
I don't know if that's the guy he wanted to fuck.
I'm picturing him like arm wrestling Wilt Chamberlain and the loser.
Yeah.
The loser's the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. Just manly gay sex.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Michael.
Right,
manly gay sex, which happened in barbaric times. We're talking about barbarians.
Well, Andre the Giant just sat
barbarian,
there swigging beers and laughing.
Does a barbarian care if it's an asshole or a pussy?
No, he does not.
It wouldn't make any sense. You wouldn't be a barbarian if you were like, well, no, exit only. Barbarians don't say that.
Me fuck, me come.
That's right. Me fuck, me come. Thank you, Michael.
That's the fucking caveman credo.
That is like, it's engraved on their cave. Everybody gets it. It's a butt fucking barbaric time, man. Like you only fuck pretty ladies. Not barbarians. Barbarians, when they raped and pillaged, they fucked everybody.
That's right.
If you didn't have a vagina, they were like, well, look, there's a butthole pretty close to where there would be a pussy. I just so happen to be a fucking barbarian.
Yeah.
I'm fucking you.
If they've got a choice, they'll trade up.
Yeah, they're hard. I mean, they're rock hard and ready to destroy, and it doesn't matter what you are. I thought you wouldn't be a barbarian if you were like, oh, no, that pussy's not shaved. It's not a barbarian.
That's not very barbarous at all.
Barbarian eats like dingleberries.
That's right.
Oh, man, sorry. But you're a barbarian. If you're a barbarian, you eat shit.
Barbarians in Europe would style their hair by putting rancid butter in it as
Thank
gel.
You think that if their head smells that bad, who cares about a couple of dingleberries?
Yeah.
And nobody shaved it, and they were all barbarians. So women and men took barbarian shits, which means they're not hygienic.
Nope.
You're a barbarian. If you're hygienic, you're not a barbarian. It doesn't make any sense.
Genitals were horrible.
Right.
Back then.
And they were fucking, which is worse. I mean, I know I'm gay, so it doesn't count, but honestly, like a fucking dingleberried, matted pussy hole versus
stinky nuts. Like just mangled, rancid ass cracks.
I feel like vaginas are nastier in barbarian times than dicks because, you got a vagina. You can't argue. You should put yourself on the screen if you're going to argue.
Yeah, I am going to argue this because
you guys just, if you don't, no, it's self-cleaning.
Vaginas are self-cleaning.
Yeah.
Think about this. Barbarians probably definitely weren't getting circumcised. They had foreskin, which was probably jammed full of smegma.
Yeah, they probably, barbarians jerk off all the time. If you're a barbarian, you come a lot.
Probably jerk off with the smegma.
Right, but then it's gone. I don't know. Jason Ellis Show, AthleticGreens. I'm an athlete. I'm not really. Am I?
Yes.
Sure. I was. I don't know. Look, I need stuff and I'm busy and sometimes I don't eat. And AthleticGreens, you pour a little baggie in the water and you stir it and you drink it. It's super easy.
Yeah, I drink one every day.
That's right. One tasty scoop of AG1 contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. How do they do it? Including a multivitamin, multi-mineral, probiotic greens, superfood blend. It's all in one convenient daily serving. Kevin can't get enough of the special blend of high-quality, bioavailable ingredients in a scoop of AG1 work together. They fill the nutritional gaps in your diet. You get energy, you get focus, you get gut health, you get improved digestion, you get a healthy immune system. You don't need multiple products or pills. You just need AG1 to make it easy. AthleticGreens is going to give you an immune-supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/JES today. Again, athleticgreens.com/JES. Take control of your health and give AG1 a try.
Blue Chew gets you hard.
Guys, I did it again. I forgot to take a tablet before we did the show today, and you'll notice I have no boner right now.
Yeah, you're like a Ken doll.
That's right. I'm smooth and sexless without Blue Chew.
almost penisless, one would say.
I hate swallowing pills. I'm totally embarrassed to go and talk to the doctor about the fact that without a little bit of help from my secret friend, I'm as smooth as a Ken doll. That is why the discreet service and discreet packaging that Blue Chew offers, made in the USA, is right for me and my dick.
That's right. If you have no dick like Tully, we got a special deal. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Ellis at checkout. Pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code Ellis, to receive your first month free. I use it all the time. It's my favorite sponsor. Thanks, Blue Chew. All right. But I'm just,
I mean, I've sniffed my nuts after not showering for like 3 days. And it's strong.
What about a barbarian with, a weird diet? Barbarian lady, I'm saying. She's never cut her pussy hair in a couple of caves. You don't know how barbarians shit. Maybe barbarians shit like dogs on their knees and they poo and it trickles down their pussy.
It could have been the way they pooped.
Right? It makes sense. A barbarian probably squats.
Yeah.
But then again, that's like close, like it's right there in the name. They were barbaric. They probably still had that center in their brain where like a musty ass crack and really, really reeky genitals was boner fuel.
What does barbarian mean again? Does it mean something?
What I'm led to believe it literally is the Romans, who were civilized by comparison, encountered the barbarians at the gates, and they thought that they had an unsophisticated way of speaking. And it was their impression of the way barbarians talked is bar. They were barbarians.
Wow.
It's racist calling him a barbarian.
A little bit.
The definition says that in ancient times, a member of a community or tribe not belonging to one of the great civilizations, which were Greek, Roman, and Christian.
Yeah.
Poor people.
Well, outsiders, like the Romans, I don't know as much about Greek civilization. The Romans just kept trying to expand their empire, which meant they were constantly
Conquering.
Conquer barbarians, build a wall. Go over the wall, conquer more, build a wall, and the empire expands. And they made it all the way up to like somewhere in England is the northwest end of it, but it wasn't as clean cut as it was like crossbreeding.
Right.
It's sort of the same way that when you watch like Western movies in America, it's like crazy Mexican. Everybody's eating beans and tortillas and shit. Because sometimes they killed them and sometimes everybody got mixed together.
Right.
So Europe ultimately, the barbarians ultimately won.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, the barbarians took it eventually.
Well, they're barbaric. It's the best way to be in war.
That's right.
So if you're all uppity, with your sandals on.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Caligula's trying to decide if he's going to fuck his cousin or his horse.
Yeah.
Who's going to win that war?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and comes some barbarian with a dreadlocked, poopy butt crack.
Yeah.
No one wants to go near that guy. They're all grossed out.
What if you're a
Easy
barbarian
win.
and you lost a leg? How do you shit? Like a dog, right? On your knees.
Or on your back. You lay on your back
Oh,
and just give birth to a turd.
how do you think that would work, really? Has
I
anyone
mean-
ever done that?
If I just shit right now, it might work out for me.
Wait.
No, it won't. It will be smudged in your ass.
All right, can you poop on YouTube?
No.
Damn it, we'll never know.
Yeah,
How many barbarians survive losing a leg?
I don't know. You don't think anybody didn't tie it off?
No.
He died
Yeah,
for sure.
I think you probably bleed out.
Right. All right.
Or they just held their axe over a campfire. Do you think they knew how to cauterize?
Oh, no,
What
wait,
about
that's
all
not
those
true.
people that get their shit cut off all the time in Africa?
No, you're right. It's
On pirates with peg legs?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they cut people's arms off for stealing in Africa, and
you're
those
right.
people walk around with no arms.
You're absolutely right.
They don't look like they got the greatest medical attention.
You're right. No Kaiser Permanente there. They're not privileged with elite U.S. healthcare.
Yeah, they just tie it off. Sure, some people die from infection or whatever, but they have that stuff in the jungle. They put shit on it.
Yep.
Make it not infected.
Yep. Giant
Cover
aloe
your
plants.
Maggots.
Mm.
Isn't that what happened to
Gladiator.
the gladiator? His buddy, when they picked him up, the African guy put maggots in his wound and it healed it,
Right, because they eat the infection.
I guess.
Mhm.
Saved his
weird.
life. Yeah.
Is that in the movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part. It's been a long ass time since I've seen
You
Gladiator.
should watch it over and over again like I do. You won't forget.
I should. That movie kicks ass.
It's pretty cool. I
Speaking-
don't hate that.
Of movies, an actress says Arnold Schwarzenegger farted in her face on
A bit
purpose.
late. It's kind of late. I saw that. It's a bit late to bring that up. Like 40 years ago, he farted in your face. Oh no, it was what movie was it?
End of Days. The
Yeah, 20.
1999 biblical horror film.
Well, in his defense, she was an evil Satan lady.
That's crazy. That
I was in character.
most people have not seen End of Days. You actually remember this woman's role?
Fuck yeah. I
Yeah.
love that movie. I've also seen that over and over again.
He played an ex-cop who works for an elite security agency tasked with stopping, yes, Satan.
Satan comes down, takes over a body, and then organizes this whole thing where he's got to get this virgin lady.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to fuck her. And then when he fucks her and impregnates her, that's when the gates of hell come up into earth and swallow it.
Yeah.
All he's going to do is fuck this virgin.
Mhm.
And everybody in the church is working for him. And the only person that's working against it is Arnold Schwarzenegger. But he's a great cop. And he fights to the end
Against this lady.
against all the...
Is her character's name Anne
She's
T.
tough, dude.
Christ?
She's like she's supposed to be like the virgin's caretaker, and it turns out that she herself works for the devil, but she got devil power and she fights him, and she like flies across the room and shit. It's like a serious fight.
So they're filming a scene and they're like stuck together in some close quarters.
Yeah.
And she says in between takes he deliberately farted on her and she still hasn't forgiven him.
Man, if Arnold Schwarzenegger farted in my face, I would
being
consider
funny.
that a badge of honor.
He was being funny.
Not all ladies think it's funny when you fart in their face,
Right.
in a professional context.
Yeah. Now, look, he thought he was with his weightlifting boys, and she's never lifted any weights, and she
Right.
was like, "No." And where I come from, we don't fart on each other.
Protein.
Yeah, he was thinking it was. I bet you the crew laughed. You know, nice one, Arnold.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I love him even more.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she sucks. You know when someone has like a shitty face?
Yep.
And they're really good in movies playing the shit person because they actually have a shitty face.
It's a weird like last chance lottery that some actors get, where it's like you are so fucking hideous that you're never gonna have a real job.
Yeah, this bitch has just got a shit face.
Yeah,
and you're like, I mean, I hope you die at the end of this movie. Spoiler alert: she doesn't just get farted on, you guys.
What if this sparked like a whole new version of Me Too? And all these other people are like, yeah, you know what? George Clooney farted in my face during The Men Who Stare at Goats.
That would end the Me Too movement.
It would sort of trivialize it.
Yeah.
Me poo?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be different.
Farted.
If celebrities pooed on other people, that's not cool.
So who else has been accused of farting on people? Because now Arnold, there's a credible allegation. Peyton Manning, we pretty much know, did it in college to a trainer.
Bindi farted on a dancer.
That's right.
Who's the guy that farted in that lady's face when he was peeing on her? He was like, ooh, smell that fart.
Oh, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Father of rock and roll.
Yeah. Father of farting in people's mouths as well. He's nasty. He had the cameras in the bathroom, right? In his hotel.
So that was, I think, an audio recording of him, which, by the way, we were tipped off to. I hate to name drop. Frank Sinatra told me that. But Slash is the person who tipped us off to Chuck Berry's was an audio recording of him. You can smell my fart.
Yeah.
But yes, in addition to that,
there wasn't video.
Chuck, I can see where you'd make that
in the bathtub.
Mistake. Chuck Berry was, I believe, convicted, at the very least accused of putting recording devices in the bathrooms at a restaurant or two that he owned.
Yeah. Oh, he just wanted to like jack off to like poop sounds.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, agreed.
So that footage never went public for obvious reasons.
I don't know if he wanted to see the poo. He might have just wanted to see naked people, and poo was like a part of it.
Well, was it video or just audio?
Video, right?
I don't remember.
Cameras.
Was there camera of Chuck Berry?
Why the fuck would you want audio?
Okay, no. I'm getting confused here. There's audio of Chuck Berry in the shower
Farting
with the woman saying, you can smell my fart, but I don't think there was video of that. I don't remember seeing video.
Yeah.
I assume that it was cameras, not audio, hidden cameras in the bathrooms of his restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing this is a long time ago, and like camcorders in the 80s were as big as bazookas. It would be really tough to put one of those in a toilet and not have people catch on.
He did get caught,
yeah.
That's true.
Speaking of people getting caught, we've heard of a Scottish priest who fell on a potato that accidentally somehow some way went up his ass. We've seen a couple stories of this ilk. There was no denying what this retired priest was up to at a church in England. He was caught performing a sex act on a vacuum.
I don't think he was performing cunnilingus on it.
You know what's funny is I guess these are a pretty ubiquitous thing in the UK. I lived in England for a year. I had this exact vacuum.
Is it sexy?
In my house. It's cute.
Did you blow it?
No, but it blew me.
Oh, man.
See the Henry 200?
So cute.
It's like Cubert.
Looks
He's
like
got
Mr.
this
Bucket.
cute little face.
So he put his dick
He's got
in
the nozzle. And so they're in the parish house, and there's a meeting of parents whose children have Asperger's. It's like a support group for parenting kids with Asperger's.
Yeah.
And one of the moms goes to the bathroom or whatever and walks down a hall. And when she goes past, that guy is in his office. I don't know if he had a shirt on.
With the door open.
Pantless, wearing ladies' stockings.
With the
door
door
open. Fucking Henry 200.
I mean, he looks happy about it.
The vacuum?
Yeah.
He's very flirty.
The vacuum looks like he's up for anything.
I'm pretty sure you could set him on fire and that face would stay the same, dude.
Yeah. He's got that who me look going on. There was a kid in Bing Boing school who got caught
Fucking a
vacuum. Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
I considered it once.
Yeah. Why?
But then, I don't know, because you hear about people
I just don't know how it would
sticking their
work.
dicks in I know. Like, I had a boner and I looked at the vacuum and I was like, I know what a blowjob is, and I don't think that's it.
So it was like a hose nozzle kind of situation.
Yeah.
Because all I ever had growing up was like the stand-up thing with, like be very impractical to try to get your penis inside.
Yeah, it's like sticking your dick in a lawnmower.
Yeah, kind of.
Jason Ellis here for the Jason Ellis podcast, talking about my balls. I got balls, bruh. And I respect my balls because my balls have got me to a lot of great places in life. And the last thing you would do to the balls that get you to great places in life is disrespect your balls or your shaft or your bum hole or your taint or your groinage, any of that stuff. I don't disrespect that shit because that shit got me where I am today. That's why I manscape it.
That's right. Summertime is here, and this is when we separate the ball men from the ball boys.
Right? Thought you were in trouble for a second.
I thought I was too. I think that was okay. You need Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. You may not know it. If you don't know it, you probably really, really need it. You need everything inside Performance Package 4.0, the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker, and more. Also, summertime is sandal season. Take a look at Shears 2.0. Your toes are gross. People won't tell you this, but it is a fact. Your toes are disgusting, and Manscaped can help you.
Get 20% off free shipping with code Ellis at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping with code Ellis at manscaped.com. It's smooth sack summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. Oh, mate, NordVPN. I talk about these guys on Hawk versus Wolf. You can get Netflix in other different countries. And then, Kevin, you just told me that there's a Netflix show that's already out in other countries, and we're not getting it until next year.
Yeah, pretty much everybody gets Better Call Saul the day after it airs on Netflix, but us. So you can wait until 2023 if you want to watch the rest of the season, or you can get NordVPN.
Yeah, I was under the impression this is America.
Yeah, if you have like weird photos of your stuff and you want to have a safer internet thing, you can. NordVPN does that as well. It doesn't just give you Netflix in England.
That's right. You can hide whatever your creepy ass is up to, and you can see Japanese Netflix, and you can get a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 1 free month if you use the following link: Nord, Nord, VPN.com/Jason Ellis.
Yeah.
Nord, Nord, VPN.com/Jason Ellis.
But this one, I was like, it had like a metal tube, and it's like I know there's a bunch of dust in there and stuff, and it's gonna be all hard, and I might like cut my penis on the edge of it, like the rim. So I aborted, but this guy fucking went for it. He got caught.
I think I instinctively also sort of knew that before I'd ever had a blowjob, that while sucking was involved, you didn't just want like a steady, intense, non-ending suck.
Oh well. There was another girl in Bing Boing school who said to my buddy one time when they went to the movies, "Can I blowjob you?"
Yeah, that's going to be good.
He was like, "Sure." And she did put his penis in her mouth and started blowing.
Yeah, but you're in Bing Bong school.
That's true.
You know why they put people in there, right?
They don't know how to give blowjobs.
Thank you.
It was a blowjob preparatory school. There's a lady who, until recently, did the local news in upstate New York. She will not be doing it again anytime soon. She has been suspended from her job at Channel 6 upstate after slurring her words straight through.
We didn't do this already?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we took a peek at this before we started
Major
rolling
heat
here.
wave. And it is it's just hitting everywhere. We're so lucky. It's only 80 degrees here. We are really lucky here in the capital region. I mean, let me tell you about that. These areas are reaching such areas. I mean, it's Houston, Austin, San Antonio. I mean, they're not expected. It has happened. Like, you don't need us telling you that it's bad. It's
Holy shit.
Like people are being told to like stay inside, drink a lot of water. And we are just lucky. This weekend right here is so amazing. Meteorologist Craig Adams is right here with your, I'm sorry, Craig Adams. Why did I say that? Of course, clearly, like we're taking a live look over downtown Albany. And of course, just like me, meteorologist Craig Gold is working a double shift. And so he's in, and we've been tracking this.
Hell of
And,
an intro.
we've been talking about just like what it's been like across the country and the different reasons that why it's so hot in other areas, and we're having really nice weather here. So let's get over to Craig Gold. Hey,
Yep.
Craig.
All right, good evening, Heather. And yeah, the weather has been quite nice here. That is the reason why.
What a fucking
high
pro.
pressure is still sitting over the.
After she misidentified him, she called him a different name and then just switched over.
He would have been there watching her drink, or do you think she secretly drank? It seems like they went and had a break and it went too far for her. Because she said double shift.
Yes.
So I feel like
Yeah, I
she
think-
did a shift And then she went to the bar to get wasted, and they were like, "Hey, can you come back?" And she came back.
Yeah, I think Craig Gold knows how to handle his booze a little better than
he paced himself.
Than Heather Kovar.
Holy
so Heather's she should get a YouTube channel, right? Immediately. Start blacking out, reporting the news.
It's just
don't give up.
She didn't even it wasn't even the like.
I'd rather my news from her.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
I need a.
I was hanging on every word.
I need a newscaster who says like every third word.
Yeah.
She reminded me of that beauty pageant contestant who just had no idea what she was talking about, but words kept coming. She's like, so like in the Americas, we don't have schools like in the Iraq and, you know, such as, and just like, oh God, just take your fucking zero and shut up. But nope. She was determined to make more words come out.
Yeah.
I wonder if this may have been like a prescription drug thing amplifies the effects of alcohol.
Took a Xanny or something?
Something, yeah. It's just pretty shocking that they let her go on the air like that. But it's a 30-minute show with commercial breaks. It's even more like, what do you do if you're producing that and she just did a whole 7-minute segment and you got 2 more coming up and you know it's not going to get any better?
Yeah, was that the end of her shift or did she come back on?
No, that video is 23 minutes long. It's the entire broadcast with the commercial breaks taken out. That's what I'm saying. When you go to commercial, you have to take that lady off the air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that Craig Gold guy can read from a teleprompter.
Craig should just be doing everything.
Yeah.
This might be Craig's time
just
to
for
shine.
today. Or get hair and makeup lady to do it.
They're just reading off a teleprompter.
Yeah. I can't believe hair and makeup didn't say, hey, just so you know.
Yeah.
Because her hair looks not done too. She looks like she didn't go to the hair and makeup room before she went on. And I've been a part of a news show. They have that at all times. The ladies are in there before they go on without fail.
Absolutely. Maybe she drinks with her hair lady.
Maybe she didn't go to the hair and makeup because she didn't want hair and makeup to catch how wasted she was.
Maybe.
Because she looked like she didn't go.
Or maybe she just spent the hair and makeup time at the bar.
Yeah. Might have just ran in.
Yeah, that actually would make the most sense for why they would let her go on the air like that, is she just showed up and they're like, oh, it's just Heather pulling Heather shit. And I believe this was a weekend broadcast. So I think if it's like Saturday at the local station, you probably have like a skeleton crew.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that like maybe the real executive producer of the news works Monday through Friday. He's off doing his weekend thing. Junior producers just keeping the Saturday show on the air.
Yeah.
Junior producer can't tell Heather Kovar she's in no shape to go on air.
I drank once on the news. They had drinks in the green room and I was super nervous. So I drank a bunch of vodka and then I dropped the lid and the lid went behind the bar and I couldn't find it. So I just left everything all out on the table. It made a big drunk mess.
What news? Where?
What's his name? The short news guy that thought I was hot for a second.
Rubin?
Yeah. I was on his show.
They keep booze in the green room?
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Is it though? They want people to be stupid.
Good point. Especially people who are super nervous about talking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an environment that does bring on the nerves.
Yeah.
Because I've done tons of shit, but I did all of a sudden feel like, oh, wow, fucking live TV. And they're all acting like, don't do this, don't do that. And, I was like, oh, fuck, it's pressure.
And the way that they're acting is really, really weird.
Yep.
Sam's been doing it for so long that he's like that off air now too. But you walk out there and everybody's like, well, hell, the weather's been pretty crazy. Wouldn't you agree, Jason?
Yeah.
And you're like, I've never had a conversation like this in my entire life.
I feel like I drink more in the green room because of the green room than the fucking interview. Because the green room's usually got another fucking half-ass celebrity in there doing this small talk shit. And I just hate normal people so much. I mean, sorry. I find normal people. I don't know what to do. I feel really weird. And it usually always turns into why do you look like that? Why, what happened to you? And I'm like, I don't really know you. I don't really want to tell my story. I know I've got it written all over me. I get it, but it usually goes into some awkward conversation. Last night I had an awkward conversation with a comedy show that I didn't do stand up because there was a 13 and a 7-year-old there. And I said, I'm sorry, but I cannot go on stage and talk about fucking dudes in the ass to a 7-year-old. Come on, man. I know his mom. I'm like, I don't care if you are his mom. I'm leaving. But the guy that was the host was like, you fight. And I was like, yeah. And then he just went into, you know, I used to box, and then he's standing up showing me how he got punched one time by somebody, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, I get awkward. I feel like he was kind of spitting on me when he was talking. I was like, I want to go. I'm touchy when it comes to stand up. I feel like if it's too much weird shit going on, I start to like think to myself, why am I doing this? Because I definitely thought that last night. I was like, why are you doing this? This is insane. Just showing up to pubs and scaring children. Because that's what, you know, I'm serious. If that was comedy until you make it, I'm okay. I'm not interested in that. Because I get it. You got to believe in yourself, got to be confident. That's half the job. So they don't like it. Stiff shit. You know, you got to believe in your work. But not if you're 7. You know, someone's like, whoa, dude. And then a 7-year-old is sitting next to him. I would go, yeah, I know, right? I'm so sorry. Even if you are the dumbass that brought your 7-year-old to a comedy show, but it's not, you didn't bring him to the comedy store. You brought him to a fucking bar that's a restaurant. I'm out of line. Even if you booked me, I'm still, I mean, I know I look like an asshole, but you know, Michael, because you're a parent. I'm a parent.
Yeah, of course.
First.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it seems weird because I do a lot of weird shit. Like, whoa, how do kids feel about you talking about sucking dicks? That's who I am. And when I die, they can say, Dad knew who he was. He's proud of himself. So that's that. But when it comes to kids I don't know, that's not my conversation. I don't want that kid asking his mom, like, hey, is it true you put a hose up? Like, I just don't want to be a part of that. I know some people listen with their kids in the car. I get it. That's your yeah, look, my kids listen to fucking hip hop that I'm like, oh, man. But I also know that there's, you know, you can't stop them. If I go, absolutely not, never listen to this again, he'll fucking listen to it every day he's not around me. That's how they work.
It's about 4th grade, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's different for if you're like a bad kid or whatever, but even me going to like Catholic school, 4th grade was when somebody had Slick Rick cassettes.
Right.
I think I was making queef jokes in 3rd grade.
That's queef is a fart out of a vagina, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How did you know they did that back then?
Somebody told me that girls can fart out of their vaginas.
Dude, I'm going to tell you.
It changed my life.
Scary story. So this one chick that I knew that I really liked, she was really hot around Sandringham. We used to hang out at the park sometimes. And then we eventually started dating, and I was super stoked because she was super hot. And then one time at the park, she showed me that she could do pussy farts, but she could breathe them in and breathe them out. So she went, imagine my mouth is her vagina. This is what it did. And I was like, what is happening in there? Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's like you were freestyling with the fat boys.
It made me not want to kiss it.
Yeah.
I was like, note to self, don't kiss that because it breathes stuff. And then sure enough, the first time I kissed one proper, it spat on me.
Really?
Yeah, it went
like a llama.
Yeah, at the very end, it went and I was like, what the fuck? Tried to play it all cool and stuff, but I didn't put my face.
Was it a prank? There. Did she do it on purpose?
No, she jizz marqueed on me. The fuck?
Oh.
Some girls can do that. No hands, too.
Yeah. It's 21st century.
She just went, meow.
Girls can jizz now, too.
That's a cool talent.
It was, but at the time, weird. Now, I'd be like, hell yeah. Busting nuts on him. But at the time, I remember being freaked the fuck out.
Somebody get that lady a spittoon. That's what I'd say now.
Oh, man. That's what I do now. Right when they jizz, I spittoon, and I go, you're welcome.
Bullseye.
Oh, man.
You said Oscar De La Hoya staying busy?
Yeah, I feel like you tell me if we have the video or not, but he's been reported that his eyes were coming out of his head a little bit the other day when he was talking to Rob Garcia. No. Yeah. Is that his name?
Yes.
Yep. Robert Garcia. Yep.
Isn't this just sort of a thing with De La Hoya at this point? Would he even debate?
He'll tell you he's not doing coke, but he is.
So is his story that he used to, but he doesn't anymore?
He went to rehab.
Okay. Because we're not totally out of line. The whole thing with he was wearing
He loves blow.
women's underwear, and which, by the way, if he did it for gay reasons, whatever, great. I don't necessarily think there's a lot of scenarios there, and any one of them is totally fine by me.
I've dressed up as a lady to have sex with ladies before.
Yeah, I don't think it makes him less of a man or less of a golden boy.
It means he knows how to party.
Whatever the circumstance, if you put him on because it was funny, if you put him on because he thought it was hot, if you put it on one time because they were on the most insane coke ever and it was just fucking, they were pushing the boundaries of partying as
That's
we
what I
know
think
it.
they were doing.
Fucking, yeah. Sometimes fucking fish, they jam every night. But sometimes fish finds a new groove and they get really fucking thick in it and weird shit happens that nobody planned on. And that may have been what happened with De La Hoya.
Fish the band or Fish?
Yeah, P.A. Dave Matthews.
Right.
Yeah. Any or all of the above might be true, but I think it's not debatable that this is a man who loves two things, boxing and blow.
Yeah.
I don't have the video in the doc or anything.
Yeah, I've been searching for it.
I don't know what you're...
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything all that recent. Is this him being bug-eyed from May?
No, it's recent.
Yeah,
it's
I haven't...
2 days ago.
Sorry, this is my bad. I didn't put it in the doc.
Doesn't matter. You can take my word for it. You could type. I bet you guys can find it. It's on TikTok everywhere.
So, what was the circumstances?
Yeah, meeting because he is in charge of Robert Garcia. So when they met at the weigh-ins or at some thing before his fight, because he fought on the weekend.
Yeah.
The conversation when they were shaking hands, the video that's going viral is Oscar's eyes are sort of coming out of his head a little bit. Like he's not wide-eyed. He's there.
Bug-eyed?
Yeah.
Oh, like that one lady?
He looks fucking weird. It looks like he's amped on something. Maybe he's excited to talk to his boy. I don't know.
Maybe
He's excited to talk to his boy and he just did a huge line of coke.
I think both can be true, right?
Yeah.
That's the best kind of high in my experience.
Yeah.
Is like when you're genuinely having a good time is great. And drugs can be great when they're working, but like when you're genuinely having a great time and then you're doing drugs.
Yeah.
That's when it really fucking pops off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it was popping off. Here it is.
All right.
Is this him? Oh, yeah. He's definitely looking a little bug-eyed there.
What's that eye? Watch.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. He's very surprised. Oh, and then the mouth thing at the end?
Yeah.
That's suspect.
Like, look, his face is red.
His jaw looks real tight.
Yeah, there's 2 jaw tightenings in the space of a second.
I mean, for the world to see this video and to make it go viral and everybody spreading the word about it, I would assume most of us haven't done cocaine, but everybody kind of has a feeling that that's what that video is.
I don't think there's any debating that unless he has like Michael J. Fox disease.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I don't believe he does.
And he's got a fucking problem, man. Remember when he announced that shit the other day and he just fucking blacked out and was stealing the mic, obviously taking the mic until they got him off air?
Right. Was it a Jake Paul?
Yeah,
fight?
something like
right.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, listening to that was 49-year-old man just blabbing about shit that makes no sense and not catching any of the reads that he's making no sense. It was a classic wasted guy on camera. He wasn't on camera, just the audio because we were watching the fights. But it got to the point where I was like, "Hey, Katie, are you hearing this?" Like, because it took over the fight. I no longer could understand the fight. I could only understand Oscar De La Hoya on a microphone. I'm like, that's a fucking big event. You're paid to be there. Mm-hmm. You're running some of it. This is like a business transaction for you, and you're out of your fucking mind. And in your 50s, it's a fucking unprofessional. It tells me you've got a real serious problem because there's a time and a place to, if you're going to keep being an addict, national television is not the time to lose it. That tells you how much of a grip he has on it because it's like,
that's right.
It's like, I'm having a little too much. I've got to be on the camera in fucking 40 minutes. Oh, I'll just do one more fucking key bump and a couple of shots. Like that. No, you don't.
You start thinking that you're evening out. I'm getting a little too drunk. I know a little bit of a bump.
I've been an addict on TV. I know that there's like, I'm like, fuck. I'll do this and then I'll get hammered. You know, like I won't. I knew. I mean, the only difference was I actually talked about this on Hawk versus Wolf with Sal Masakela because I didn't realize that Sal and Tony were also the only other people that were on the earpiece to hear the things that was going on with me at the X Games and how many times they were going to fire me. And Sal was like, do not fire this guy because I was just telling people to fuck off. Because people will be in your ear. Ask him this. I'm like, fucking ask him yourself. Who the fuck's this idiot in my ear? And so I was like, dude, he can hear. And I'm like, good. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like I was doing that. But I really didn't like my job, so I didn't understand the value of having a job either. I was still a pro skateboarder.
Yeah, easy come.
I was like, fire me.
Right, exactly. Know? That's a different attitude. Yeah. Like Saturday night fight night is the perfect setup to maybe just have a beer or two when you're on the mic, because when this is all over, you'll have your choice of after parties, and the VIP section is open to De La Hoya all over town.
Yep.
Like, it would actually just be more fun if you could wait until 11:30. Because once it starts, it doesn't need to stop. You could be fucking Nick Cage and Vince Neil in front of the Tropicana at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Like, the party doesn't need to stop. Just doesn't start yet.
An addict can't add that up.
Yeah.
I've done it, dude. I've hidden drinking numerous times in my life. My first marriage, I went to Canada to watch a UFC, that big one. I think it was UFC 100 by myself. So, the show was big, but not big enough to be like, whoa, I see Ellis. But maybe if you go to the UFC 100, you're going to get recognized maybe 2 or 3 times. So I had rum and Cokes, so it looked like I was drinking a Coke just in case a fan saw me with a drink. I don't even know how anybody else would find out about that. And if the camera touched me, because I was up close to the cage, I didn't want my wife at the time to see me with a beer, so I just had a Coke. But I had shit to do the next day, and I couldn't stop. Like they were like, do you want another drink? And I was like, yeah. I just kept drinking them. I felt terrible the next day, but I didn't get caught. But it was they were all the wrong decisions. I just woke up and was like, fuck, that was close.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times I did that. One time I drank, this is right before I really got a divorce. Like, we actually left each other. We were in Australia, and I was secretly drinking, and I chugged a beer in the hotel room while she was in the shower. And I could see through the glass that she was still in the shower, just trying to get one beer in me. Fucking sad, dude. Like, I completely forgot that until right now.
It sucks.
Like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it to her. I knew I was not, like, I'm not good on that shit, and I just did it anyway. Stinging too. Like, that beer, I was willing to lose it all to drink that beer, because she could just walked out.
Yeah. When you're Australian and you're back there and there's Fosters everywhere.
That was so true until you said Fosters. It really was the thing that was causing it. I was like, everyone's like, mate. I'm like,
beer.
Yeah. Oh, beer, man. How can I not have a beer in Australia?
Drink me.
Yeah, it was talking to me. That mini bar was just like, come on, mate. You want to join us again.
Oh, good on you.
Remember the good times, Jace.
You'll be right.
You don't need her. You just need us. Yeah, beer was wrong.
Oscar De La Hoya is still like one of the 3 most powerful people in boxing.
Yeah, because of Golden Boy Promotions.
That's crazy, man. What a sport.
But it's because of his legacy. He was fucking incredible, Tully.
Yes, no, I know that. He would. Okay,
in the very end, he got beat a couple of times, but there was a time there where he was the golden boy. He could not be touched.
He absolutely would not be nearly as successful as a promoter. He might not even be anywhere above. He
wouldn't even be one.
Training people in a gym if he hadn't been Oscar De La Hoya, the boxer. That having been said, there's tons of people who have been really prominent in boxing who would not have been able to flip it around and build up a promotion like he did.
Right. And I will give him the business smarts. Maybe it was his management team. Who knows? But he started Golden Boy early. I think there's been a rocky road for him, but just having Golden Boy Promotions before you're even out the door, it was a force to be reckoned with, because you're like, the guy that owns it was the fucking champ of this. Like, of course you'd want to fight for Oscar. He's Oscar. So I feel like,
imagine if instead of Dana White, Chuck Liddell had been running the UFC and could have been headlining.
Bellator would be so stoked right now.
His own events.
Bellator would be huge if Chuck Liddell ran the UFC, because it would be dog shit. Man, he could not give a fuck.
But that's the point, is Oscar did have the business mind. Yeah. It's a really rare combination.
Mm-hmm. The success and the glory, and next thing you know, you're doing bumps at 49. Rehab doesn't know. I do.
Yeah.
What happened to him getting in shape and fighting? Remember that was happening?
Yes.
Just know now?
What's going on with that? Because for a second there, everybody was fighting everybody.
Hey.
Like, is Tyson fighting again?
Don't know. Doesn't look like
he was supposed to, right?
Everybody was fighting everybody for like 6 months. When Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and Roy Jones happened, like within a couple months of each other, all of a sudden, every single retired pro athlete, several current ones, every retired fighter, fucking Rocky.
Yeah. Bob Sapp wants to fight everybody.
Rocky was going to fight The Undertaker.
Yeah. There's retired MMA fighters that want to fight Tyson now.
Oh, yeah.
Like Bob Sapp wants to fight Mike Tyson.
Of course he does.
I'm like, Bob Sapp is so fucking terrible.
Yeah.
You were terrible when you were good. Okay, maybe he had like 2 fights where it was like, this dude could be the champion of the world.
Yeah.
And then he got exposed for having no MMA ability and just being
huge,
the world's most giant man.
Yeah.
Can't take a leg kick. You ever see that fight?
No.
Well, I got into MMA because of it.
I remember you watching MMA fights at our old studio on, I don't know, was it YouTube or was it MySpace?
Probably MySpace. It's probably the only thing I knew how to link to. But I forgot his name. Kickboxer.
Ernesto.
Yeah, Ernesto Hoos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just like kicked him, stopped his leg from moving. But he was one of those people, the Beast Bob was one of those people that reacted. A lot of guys show poker face when their leg stops.
Yeah.
He fucking
He was
stopped.
like, ow!
He fully did. He went, ah! And like held on to it. And it was like, wait, you can't. And then, yeah, Ernesto was like, I'm just going to keep kicking
I'll do
that.
again.
And it was this weird rig thing. Like they really wanted Bob to win. So they kept, at one point he'd lost and they were like, no, like give him some time. And it was like, wait, we're fighting again? You fucking stopped. Like, how is this working? And then he hammer fisted Ernesto and caught him, beat him in a weird, where I was like, you didn't really beat him, but it was just amazing to see a guy who looked like an average man. Obviously Ernesto Hoos is nowhere near average. He's probably a pretty big fucking dude, but standing next to Bob Sapp, he didn't look anywhere near him and he chopped him down.
Yeah, that was one of the real joys of early mixed martial arts is your eyes deceived you.
Yeah.
And we were all fed, we were uneducated. And what you saw in movies, 60s, 70s, 80s was great big guy, so the fucking hero of the movie accidentally spills a beer and the guy turns around and he's this big, fat, good old boy. And it's like, oh, you're going to get your ass kicked. And it's like, why? That guy's like 350 pounds.
Yeah.
You could take him into the deep water in like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
that guy doesn't lift anything heavier than a rib.
So I did look into Mike Tyson, and we're not suffering from some like Mandela effect thing here, right? We were all under the assumption that he was boxing somebody again.
No.
Mike Tyson? No?
Just a bunch of people wanted to fight him.
I think it was natural to assume after the Roy Jones fight that I think even like Logan Paul, people were, I don't know if either of them talked about that.
Jake wanted to fight him.
Oh, yeah. Jake,
yeah.
I'm sorry, of course,
So I did a little digging, and I guess he did say he was going to return to the ring, but he has since admitted that he was under the influence of hallucinogenic toads.
Yeah.
When he said he would come back to fighting.
Oh, because he was on mushrooms when he fought as well.
Yeah, I think he told Joe Rogan, I did this DMT stuff, and I lost the weight. So he was under toad hallucinations, saying, I'm going to fight. And then once the toad venom wore off, he decided against it.
Hey, don't blame Mike. That was the toad talking.
Yeah.
Wow. To casually do toad is pretty tough. Because I got friends that have done it, and it's supposedly fucking horrific.
Yeah, I like that the article clears it up and says Tyson was referring to the act of inhaling the toxic vapors of specific breeds of toads.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Vapors? He was like huffing their fucking farts or something?
Smoking toad is what I always
They
heard.
light it and breathe the burnout.
It's a thing, right? There's a certain kind of toad that
usually they cut you and then they put it in your cuts.
Okay, like when it gets scared, I think it excretes this venomous stuff, and then because it kind of sucks for the toads. I think they're constantly like poo, and then the toad has like fright sweat, and they like just fucking scoop it off, and then they go poo, and make them do it again.
Yeah, I had someone tell me it's like the bad part of ayahuasca. I'm like, yeah, it's like that, but 10 times worse. But then after it, I'm like, I'm not even listening to the rest.
Yeah,
after it, fuck off.
Yeah, you lost me at 10 times worse than ayahuasca.
Yeah, I can't die any more than the last time.
Man, I've done some fucked up shit in my life, but I've never freebased a frog.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is high level. Drugs are different now. It's kind of like you used to smoke weed, Woodstock, and now there's dabs. Well, guess what? Everything else, they figured out how to get it to its most purest form and do a job. I think the drugs are stronger and there's more different varieties, but it is safer. You know? I feel like there's more of a weight, unless it's fentanyl, but there's, the ayahuasca and the mushrooms. It's pretty hard to fucking ruin yourself on that shit. But I think back in the day, people would take acid and it'd be too strong and they didn't know.
Well, I think
it's harder to do that these days.
I don't know if like mainstream society has changed all that much. They obviously have, at least in regard to weed, but there's a far greater number of respectable people who take that shit seriously. Like there didn't used to be a scientist who was like, well, actually, if you're going to do acid, let me come on down to my lab. We'll actually make sure it's clean. Like they were just two separate worlds. Yeah. It was some fucking weirdo Unabomber dude who lived in a shack that found a recipe in the anarchist cookbook. Now
there's doctor drugs.
There's a small but real number of people who are like, if you're going to do it, let's do this shit right. Cause this is what I do when I take it. I don't think those guys were around in the 60s.
Yep. Yeah, they weren't for us anyway.
No.
There was probably doctors out there giving themselves sweet prescriptions, but not us.
Timothy Leary, I don't know much about. He's like the godfather of acid. Wasn't he just like a...
Paint himself silver or some shit?
It's definitely possible. Wasn't he like an actual doctor who like accidentally made acid and then like accidentally ate it? And
That's
then he was
silver
like,
guy for sure.
Oh, forget my entire life until this point. I found a whole new religion and everybody needs to live like this instead. I think that's all one guy. So he was a scientist.
He was a psychologist.
All right. As I've already said, I know nothing about it. Is he tune in, drop out, tune up?
Something like that.
Yeah, right? Rock and roll, baby. What do you think would have happened to Jimi Hendrix if he hadn't died?
He would have died.
He would have died the next day.
Yeah.
I guess. But there's a lot of those guys, right? Like, you could say the same thing about Keith Richards.
Yeah, but he doesn't die.
But you think he's just undiable?
I think he's got like a higher threshold for ODing.
Maybe.
It's weird how genetics just gave that to some people.
Yeah, like Lemmy probably, if somebody else tried to live Lemmy's life, they'd die earlier.
Most people,
maybe not. Seemed to carry it well. Even when he was dying in the end, he seemed like he was not like, oh, help me. Like he was just drinking and playing the pokies or whatever and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like nothing changed.
I know. What a great way to die.
What? At the Rainbow?
Slumped over your Pac-Man?
I think he died in his apartment. Because if I'm not mistaken, the owner of the Rainbow brought the fucking centipede machine.
Oh, that's right. It was centipede.
So he could play it, yeah.
From the Rainbow Bar to his apartment.
All right.
But like, I think he was probably still sipping Jack Daniels the day he died.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was out of it.
It was the best death possible for Lemmy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. There is such a thing.
He just smoked a cigarette, went to sleep.
I think so.
All right.
Made it longer than anybody thought he would, probably including himself.
Right. Maybe it's his attitude.
Uh-huh.
Mental
sat up and said, I should have written songs that sounded different from that one song.
No. No, you never said that. Obviously never said that. You would be wrong, Michael. He would be right.
Yeah. That song was great.
I'm stoked I got to talk to him. I just realized.
Yeah. I mean, you had a more unique experience with Lemmy than just about anybody on the planet.
Yeah. I've had two. Remember the other time where he tried to fuck my girlfriend and she brought him to my apartment?
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird one.
I recently found his business card, which I didn't know I had.
I didn't know he had one to give out.
Ace of Spades.
Oh.
Of course.
With his phone number on it, yeah.
Sick.
With his phone number on it.
I clearly had Lemmy's cell phone number.
Was it written or printed?
No, it's printed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. An actual Lemmy business card. Yeah.
Wow.
That's so fucking cool. You still have it?
Yeah. I keep everything. I found it in a bag of shit the other day, yeah.
Get that framed. Put it like a little shadow box.
You're right. I feel bad. There's like so many times I have experiences in our work where I'm like, I appreciate this. This is really, really cool. But there's somebody out there who would, like when I'm skating on Tony Hawk's ramp, I'm like, this is not. There's a million people on this planet who would appreciate this so much more than me.
Yeah.
It's cool. But, yeah, there's Motorhead fans who I was like, oh, cool. Lemmy's business card. Oh, cool. My original Motorola flip phone.
Oh, yeah. That bag. I think I've had that bag before.
I love that bag.
Yeah. I do not. I sever ties with all that shit because it gets too much. If I kept everything that was memorable from all the things I did, there'd be a room that I can no longer be in.
It's getting that way.
It'd be full of that shit. That's why I hated when Sirius sent me a bag of like rubber dildos and shit. I was like, dude.
Well, I know.
Please don't send me.
I know the stuff that they sent you. You didn't need that shit. There was no thanks for the memories, Bob, and that stuff.
Right?
That was just.
Oh yeah, remember this dildo?
Whatever happened to us getting some of those shows? Just fuck off, huh?
Yeah, we kind of got ghosted.
They're in the mail.
Fucking gnarly. Such a fucking snake.
Screw it. We'll make more.
Every one of them a pretend friend. Every one of them.
I'm sure we can get Gary Busey back in here and have a pigeon take a shit on his head. We could recreate that magic.
That was great.
I mean, out of all the stuff that we don't have, yeah, we could probably make that happen again.
I don't want to make that happen again. I don't want to do that ever again. See, he's alive, huh?
Busey's still kicking.
I think he's quite old.
Yeah.
I think he's getting up there.
I think he's fighting Bob Sapp.
He talks to birds, right?
That was what happened. Is his like parakeet or something
became a bird man?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it took a shit right on his head in the middle of us interviewing him.
Yeah.
And he didn't break stride.
No, because I think it happens to him a couple times a day.
No, and then he said poop, and then he made up an acronym on the spot for poop.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fun at parties.
He's 78.
Yeah, he's
still kicking. Yeah.
He had the motorcycle crash, right?
He did. Culver City.
I believe in the 80s, right?
I reckon that's keeping him alive. Something slowed down half of his brain. It doesn't age as fast.
You think so?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying stuff. I don't know what his deal is. You think he's sober?
No.
Right?
Mm-mm.
What do you think he does? Just drink or
No, I don't think he drinks because that's
toad venom?
Yeah, something like that. I don't think he drinks because he's an addict, right? He did go to rehab at one point.
It's just so different nowadays because there's so many fucking ways of getting at it, right? Because it used to be if you got sober, you were an alcoholic. Like 90%.
Ketamine.
90% of America. Yeah, if you were sober, it was because you drank too much, and then you either didn't drink, or you fell off the wagon, or you snuck one here or there. There wasn't like I take some fucking gummy bears when I'm going to sleep. There's so many little ways of Adderall or Kratom or I don't think anybody's
gets out alive.
I don't think anybody's sober anymore.
Steve-O is.
I agree.
But like Steve-O's running a tight ship.
I agree. Let me put it this way. People that we know were train wrecks that are like on the record train wrecks who don't. It's like Danny Bonaducci said a million years ago. If you think somebody's on steroids, they're on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is 70 and they used to be a train wreck and supposedly they don't do anything anymore, if you're like, if you're asking the question, then the answer is no.
Right.
He's got something.
Ozzy's
got something. They've all got something.
Oh, Ozzy's.
Yeah.
Got everything.
The motorcycle crash was in 88.
Yeah.
And it's like I always knew he had to crash, but the details were he just picked up his Harley Davidson from a shop and tried to go around a bus, but accidentally turned too hard and he started skidding, hit the back brake, and he flew over his windshield.
High side.
Landed on his head.
Worst crash.
Didn't have a helmet on.
No helmet.
No helmet. And that was just a year after he was Mr. Joshua in Lethal Weapon. And like everything past that, you get a head injury and he turns into a completely different guy.
Mm.
So, I mean...
Did he turn into a completely different guy?
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't bonkers before that?
No.
For sure?
That's what I was always told.
That's sad.
I'm sure it
but
had...
I didn't think that. I thought he was always out of his fucking head.
He specialized in playing like crazy, out of control people.
Mr. Joshua was crazy.
Yeah.
Remember he let his hand get lit with a lighter?
I'm having trouble in my mind separating...
He was a madman.
My 80s Busey memory from my 80s Nick Nolte memory.
Yeah, they do tie.
Yeah.
They should fight.
Those guys must have seen each other at a lot of casting.
Yeah.
Busey was like 48 hours. Should have been me.
Yeah. I agree. Should have been.
And it's a fucking coin flip. Wouldn't really make that much
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he died. He passed away during brain surgery and came back. And all of his tics and oddness was a result of it.
Oh.
That's a weird coincidence that you
maybe came back with another soul.
Maybe.
Soul of a madman.
Some people hit their heads and come out of a coma with an Irish accent. Or like speaking a language they didn't know.
I know.
I don't believe them.
I know you don't.
I reckon they made it up.
It's a weird...
Hello, my head governor? Like, fuck off.
It's a weird thing for so many people to make up just because I don't have a very well-tuned ear for accents, but so many of them seem like they do pretty good accents.
Yeah.
That's the only part that I have trouble with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I couldn't. If you
I couldn't hit my head and just be American. I slip all the time.
Right, exactly. And most of them are pretty.
Dude, I hit my head, bro. What? What do you mean I sound funny? You do.
Del Taco, 49 cents.
Del Taco. Dude, I got to go to Del.
Shredded American.
That's all I need now. I'm just at Del Taco 24 hours a day. Can't get me out of here, dude. Fucking love tacos.
We'll serve 4 tacos.
I'm back, you guys. Another 4 carnitas. Yeah. My usual. Fucking
breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 4th meal.
Somebody hit me in the head again so I can fucking leave this goddamn Del Taco. Fuck, dude. I fucking hate Del Taco. My son ordered Taco Bell for breakfast the other day. Postmates.
People do that.
Who's the fastest Postmates ever been here?
I have neighbors who...
It's incredible. Maybe want to eat Taco Bell.
I know, it is...
Not that much, though.
It's fun food. You look at it and it's tempting for a second.
So quick.
You know that you would regret it, but when you actually look at it, it's like a toy version of food. But
sure, I'll fuck up a chalupa.
I have neighbors who have like kids, like teens, early 20s, and they like routinely order 4th meal and then pass out. And then their bag of late night delivery, like 4th meal, it just sits out there for days.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just said you'd eat a chalupa?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're fat.
Prove it.
I know. I haven't had one in a very long time. But
I know, but just that you know it.
Every time I drive by a Taco Bell, I'm like, I'm not doing it, but fuck, if there was a chalupa in my hand right now, they're so good.
Are they really so good?
Have you ever had a chalupa?
I don't feel like that's a good argument for this one. Sure, usually you should experience it before you... But it's the same meat that's in all the other shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sell you a gordita.
What's the difference?
A chalupa, the shell is like a thick, puffy pastry, and it's kind of like fried so that it's crispy when you bite into it, but still soft and pillowy. Mm-hmm. And then it's filled, with the horrible rat meat and cheese and lettuce and stuff. But it's still, man, I know it's not good for me, and I can tell the difference. Like if I eat fucking ravioli at a Michelin star restaurant, I know the difference, but it's
weird ass.
Still fucking tastes good.
You're so fat. He used ravioli as a fucking counter to the
a bit of a brain
chalupa.
fart.
What about fucking ravioli at a nice restaurant? What are you talking about? It's fucking chalupa paste as well, you idiot. Okay, so chalupa versus a Reese's Pieces, which is worse?
Which tastes worse?
No, which is worse for you?
It's tough because, the chalupa shells are fried, and that's horrible. And the meat's bad, and there's cheese and sour cream and stuff. And then...
What's that white block that's in there?
That's a good... Oh, that's chicken. That's a chicken chalupa. Oh. I usually get the beef ones.
That is not chicken.
No, that ain't chicken.
But I mean, a Reese's peanut butter cup is just a block of sugar.
And that's worse, you think?
That would be my guess. Right. I don't know the answer, but I would guess they're both horrible for you. But
yeah, what's worse, processed sugar or processed fats?
Obviously, the amount that you have matters. They have Trader Joe's makes these knockoff mini peanut butter cups with dark chocolate that are really fucking good. You get a little bag of them for 99 cents, and I've kind of fallen into the habit of where I just have them around the house, and I have like 2 pretty much every night. Yeah. And I'm still standing. I'm pretty sure if I'm eating chalupas on the regs, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's venomous. I'm not eating a chalupa.
No, there should be a fucking age limit on those.
Yeah.
Can it be 41?
For you, seems like you're going to do it fine.
Salivating looking at the screen.
Man. It is giving me a little bit of a chub. I want that. But look, I'm good. I brought a fucking banana. That's what I'm eating. That's my snack. Not a chalupa. eating a banana. Yay. Good for me.
And there it is. Kevin's taking care of himself, fighting the chalupa urge and eating a banana.
Some people hear the call of the wild from a bag of cocaine or a Foster's. I hear it from chalupas.
Jace.
Okay. Stop.
Michelle is crunchy.
Hey, man, that's not funny. You get me drinking again. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
28C.
Might have to go to the liquor store, kitty.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I will not. All right, everybody. Kevin's sweating, so it's probably time for us to leave. Thanks for checking out the show. We'll be back. We'll be back next week. And if you want to see more shows, patreon.com/Ellis. Have a good one. Don't die.
Ellis mate.
Ellis mate, sorry.
If you want more Jason Ellis show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.